margin.
They split up quite much indeed. Here we have
Voryanskaya for the Russian team.
Quite interesting to see that from the big favorites, it's only the Swiss team left in this very first group.
Here we see Sarina Jenser for the Swiss second team, so the third Swiss runner within a bit more than 1 minute. And here also good job from Andrine Benjaminsen for Norway 2, punching 1:15 behind. And we are still waiting for Sara Hagström. She was, this is Merja Rantanen for the Finnish team. Sara Hagström was a bit more than a minute behind. There in the back we see her. So she lost some time here, and we have Czech Republic with Indra Kova and also Kirsi Nurmi for the Finnish second team, I think it is. Yes, indeed. Sara Hagström, 1:50 now.
Latvian second team, Liga Valdmane. She was leading for quite a long time yesterday in the middle distance. She's approaching this control with a little bit more than 2 minutes behind Alva Olsson for Swedish second team.
Sofia Hajanen.
Finnish second team, this is Russian 2 with Yulia Novikova.
And Rushkova for the mixed team.
Inga Dambe is struggling quite a bit there. They had a great relay at the walk where they came 5th. But it seems a little bit.
And also Austria with Ursula Kanan. She had a really good world championship, but now she loses already 3 minutes here on this first leg.
She wasn't really happy with her run yesterday either. She was only 54th. And she said that she didn't have the speed even on the controls that were quite good for her. So she was a little bit disappointed.
We see here still Alva Olsson in the lead and Catherine Taylor just behind.
Now another forking.
And this is a real forking there.
Both controls seem rather easy. They are close to a very distinct line. If you have to go to J, you can follow the path. If you have to go to Control K, then you have the open area to the left. So it should be no problem there. But you can also see that this is another steep climb from control number 10 up to 11, and then further on to control number 12 and even 13. You have to go probably all the way over this hill, maybe running slightly to the left to avoid some climbing there. But really a physical part here in the end of this World Cup relay.
It's quite a similar leg as we had yesterday. Then I think we saw most of the runners going straight there to this over the hill. We'll see how they will tackle this control today.
It seems that Catherine Taylor took over the lead there for Great Britain.
But we don't, yeah.
Great run for her so far.
She could overtake Alva Olsson for the Swedish second team up to this 11th control. And we also see the GPS from Sara Hagström for the Swedish first team. Around, it's maybe a bit less than 1 minute. It's maybe 50 seconds. So that would mean that she could catch a lot of time again.
We don't know where Elena Roos for Switzerland is. She was in the leading group.
And it seems as if also Sweden could come back into this leading group after the forking at the 11th control. And that means she's doing a really good job for the Lithuanian team.
Running really well, but she has to do a lot of climbing now into this control, while Catherine Taylor could go rather, could hold the height almost. So still quite a big group, and this should be Annina Brunner there probably for the mixed team.
Yeah.
So the young Swiss is doing a good job here out in the forest.
We also see that Catherine Taylor maybe didn't run very clear and very clean to that control, so she missed her lead again, and the other teams can catch up. And now I think she's doing a mistake. She's not sure where she is. She doesn't know whether it's forked or not, so she can't just follow the others.
She's hesitating there a little bit too early. We now also see Elena Roos back again on the tracking.
And we also see Sara Hagström storming back into this leading group from behind there.
But Alva Olsson punched the control, it seems. Also Annina Brunner for the mixed team.
Yes, indeed. Also Catherine Taylor.
It was a small GPS mistake probably. Catherine Taylor was punching first. That's what our split times tell us here. Catherine.
So now they seem to head back up to this path and then over the hill maybe. And we had at this control, we had Catherine Taylor punching and Alva Olsson in second spot, 20 seconds behind, and Annina Brunner for the mixed team, 26 seconds behind, and also Elena Roos was 43 seconds behind. That's what we know. So now let's take a look how they tackle this control.
It seems that Catherine Taylor is running to the left to avoid some climbing, not running over the top. I'm not sure if it's worth it, but it seems it's only 10 more meters to climb if you go fairly straight. So let's see. Also Alva Olsson and Annina Brunner, they are heading to the left, while Andrine Benjaminsen and Elena Roos, also Sara Hagström for the Swedish first team, they are trying to run a little bit more direct, or maybe a little bit to the right to save some climbing there out of the control, and then over the top of the hill into this open area down the big re-entrant.
I can also tell you that Sara Hagström was able to catch around 30 seconds to this 12th control. She was approximately 150 behind, and now it's 124. So let's see if she can continue to catch time on the leading Catherine Taylor. But it seems as if at least the Swiss first team is having a bit of struggle there with direction and running up to this olive green area. So let's hope she will turn in time. Yes, she does. But there went some time.
All the teams running to the right seem to lose a lot of time compared to the ones running left, because we can see that Catherine Taylor is now almost a minute ahead of those teams there. So if you go to the left, it seems that you have a much better runnability, also a very safe and nice entrance into the control. So this looks like a very good route choice for Catherine Taylor, extending her lead over the teams of Switzerland and Sweden.
Not only Catherine Taylor, we also have Alva Olsson and the mixed team. And then behind we have Norway second team, Andrine Benjaminsen, who is picking some places at least by taking the route choice to the left.
And we have to consider that the Swedish second team is actually really strong. If they didn't change anything, they will have Lisa Risby running the last leg. She did a really good job yesterday on the middle distance, came 9th. And here we have another split time there. Should be from.
Yes, we have the split there. We had the Catherine Taylor in the lead, time of 30 minutes, and then we had Alva Olsson in second spot, 13 seconds behind. Anina Brunner in fourth, 19 seconds behind, and Andrine Benjaminsen 48 seconds, and interesting, Elena Roos 1:06. So let's see, she lost around 25 seconds on this leg. And Sarah Akström 1:26, and at the last TV control it was around 1:50. Here we see Anna Backman for the very strong Swedish second team, waiting for Alva Olsson coming back. We also see Emma Johansson for the first Swedish team. And now we're waiting for the runners to come up here.
That's very tough going in the end. You're already tired and you know that you have to climb this ski mountain again. So I think we are going to see some differences here, even here into the finish, even if it's not technically demanding, but you have to fight very hard up the steep slope. And let's see who has the best legs on this uphill.
Yeah, we know for sure that Alva Olsson is a strong runner, but we also know that Anina Brunner is a strong runner, and I think almost all the teams in the elite there all the runners are known to be strong physically, so it'll be interesting to see.
And Catherine Taylor, she looked quite. I think she extended her lead a bit when they were running. But it's Alva Olsson coming first. And right at the back,
I think it's Catherine Taylor. Yes, indeed. And Alva Olsson with a very good first leg for the Swedish second team, punching right there at the last control.
Great leg for Alva Olsson.
And you see how steep it is here from the last control up to the finish area. We had Alva Olsson, and 8 seconds behind we had Cat Taylor, and no one else punching there at the moment.
Here she comes, Alva Olsson, great run.
The winner of the first leg for Sweden, the second team, and she will hand over to Anna Backman, heading out in the lead with about 8 seconds ahead of Great Britain first team. And now we have the punch from Anina Brunner also at the last control, 24 seconds behind, and also Andrine Benjaminsen, 39 seconds behind for the Norwegian second team. So very good run from Alva Olsson, and there Anna Backman is heading out on the second leg in the lead, and she could increase her lead just by running from the last control to the finish by 8 seconds or even more. No, 8 seconds is. And we have Holly Orr running for Great Britain, first team. Also she, a great relay runner. And now Anina Brunner with a very, very good run.
Nice to see. She heads out the Danish runner, and here is Andrine Benjaminsen running for the second team for Norway. We also know Nicoline Ekeveri-Schervier.
This is Kirsi Nurmi coming for the Finnish second team.
And Elena Roos as well for the Swiss first team. So quite some gaps.
It's actually the Finnish third team, and it's 1 and 12 behind. Also Elena Roos, they punched 1 and 12 behind at the last control. Behind we also had the punch of Sara Hagström, 1 and 23 behind, and Sofia Hayanen, Finland 2, 1 and 26. But now the changeover from Switzerland and Finland 3. And very soon to go out on the second leg, Swedish first team and also the Swiss second team, Sarina Jenser, coming here, 1:27 behind. And Sara Hagström changing over to Emma Johansson, 1.5 minutes behind. Finland second team, and Lithuania, who did a good job on this first leg, Angelina Kutkaite, handing over to the second leg. And here we have Merja Rantanen for the Finnish first team. She punched the last control with 2 minutes behind. And this is Anastasia Dvoryanskaya, 1 and 53 behind. Here we have Merja Rantanen, Finnish first team, 2:08. Marika Teini will run the second leg for the Finnish team.
Marika Teini, who did a great job yesterday, came third in the middle distance. So she should be able to catch some time if she does a clean race here on the second leg.
This is Adela Indrakova for the Czech first team. She punched the last control in 2 minutes and 42 behind, and we see some really tired runners there. It was a tough uphill in the end.
In general, a really physical course.
It seems physically demanding and rather green.
Yeah.
So not really the thing you do if you want to enjoy your run on a Saturday morning. But now let's take a look at the standings. It's Sweden's second team in a time of 34:33, so slightly slower than expected for about 4.5 minutes. Great Britain first team, Catherine Taylor, 16 seconds behind, and then the very strong Swiss runner Anina Brunner with 27 seconds behind. And
see that of the big favorites, some did lose some time, like Finland, they are more than 2 minutes behind now. Also Switzerland lost some time on this first leg, but I think this 1 minute and 13 seconds, that's...
And the one team we haven't seen yet is Norway 1.
Norway 1.
They lost a lot of time already to the first TV, and Silja Ekrola-Jaren, we haven't seen her coming in here yet. As we are back with some GPS, and we see that Great Britain still in the lead, Holly Orr, and Swedish second team. Maybe, we don't know, the GPS stopped there for the Swedish second team, but Holly Orr for sure in the leading group. And we see also Swedish first team, Emma Johansson chasing very fast there.
Hard to tell what's happening here, because this seems to be an area where the GPS is not working for both teams. So we have to wait until they head out for the third control. Should be better coverage there.
It seems that both Holly Orr and Norwegian second team have a good control over the situation to their forking here.
Holly Orr is coming to the wrong control though, control number A. But she should know that she's too much to the left because there is no creek. She should just continue to the right until she reaches this ridge just before a small creek there.
Now we also see that the Norwegian second team seems to have some smaller problems.
It's Nicoline Echeverry-Skjerve.
But now she's back on track.
Emma Johansson, maybe she's able to see the Norwegian already. So a good start for...
Seems quite green there though.
For the Swedish first team. They seem to be back in the game for this relay here in Cesis. So Emma Johansson catched Nicoline Echeverry-Skjerve already. Great start for the Swede.
It seems that she has to push a bit more up there to the path to see her. But for sure a great start for the second leg runner for Sweden there.
But we don't know where Switzerland is or Great Britain. So it could be a bigger pack there in the lead. As we see Norway 2 and the Swedish first team on the GPS approaching a second control, common control, before another forking.
And now they're, at least the second Norwegian team is going out to the path, and we saw that this was a bit slower maybe, at least to the F control.
We see that Sweden 1 has F now, while Norway is heading to control number D. We are going to see the runners again at control number 4, which is a TV control. So let's see how much this forking differs for the second leg runners.
And now I can tell you, in the running I can see Silja Ekrol-Jaren, and she is around 8 minutes behind. So she lost a lot of time here. Changing over now to Emma Johansson, who will run the second leg for the Norwegian first team. So they are way behind the second team there.
We can still follow Sweden and Sweden's first team and Norway's second team on the GPS. Emma Johansson seems to be running really well in this beginning, heading to control number F, maybe slightly too high in the slope. And now Nicoline Echeverry-Skjerve left the path. She has to go to control number D.
Maybe she left the path a bit early, don't you think? You could follow to this bit more open spot there and then tackle the control more directly from there.
Yeah, it seems that would be a safer route choice. We now also see Switzerland, but Sweden overtook those two teams. That's quite sure, because Emma Johansson is already running out of her control, heading to control number 4.
She didn't have any problems to find control F there, and I think we will see her maybe in the lead, but we don't know about Great Britain, for example. Yeah, we see Great Britain there. Also, Holly Orr must have lost a lot of time at the A control when she went to the A control instead of the C control.
So some mistakes there in the beginning of this second leg.
And now Swedish team is making a strange turn there. Maybe it's a green wall hitting her, but I mean,
Norway doesn't seem to be afraid of the green wall, so that was maybe a bit too conservative to run on the path there for Emma
let's see how
Johansson.
fast, how long time it will take for the Norwegian second team there, Nicolina, to come out of the green. Because it seems as if it's quite fast anyway, and now we see both of them. We see Emma Johansson punching in the lead. So we know that she was starting 1.5 minutes behind, and now she's in the lead already at this first TV split. And we still have the Norwegian second team in a very good position. Nicoline Ekeberg-Skjerve only 12 seconds behind, and we also see Julia Gross for Switzerland coming. Will be around 30 seconds behind. And
some gap after Switzerland.
But 35, this is Finland, the second or third team even.
Mia Nittynen. Good job.
Yeah, really good job.
Finished 13.
And it will be interesting to see how the Swedish second team has started to this second leg. They were in the lead, 16 seconds ahead of Great Britain, and we haven't seen Great Britain yet. Holly Orr.
So this should be the mixed team.
Yes, indeed. It's, Amanda Falk-Weber running in the Danish kit there for the mixed team.
So only 5 runners passed within this first 2 minutes, so the field split up.
And from the favorites we have the Swedish first team and the Swiss first team. And then we have some surprises with the Norwegian second team and the Finnish third team, and then a mixed team in the top 5. That's quite interesting.
Here is Lithuania.
Maybe another surprise. But Lithuania is a bit more than 2 minutes behind.
Still waiting for the Great Britain team with Holly Orr, and also the Swedish second team, Anna Backman. Seem to have some or even big problems here in the beginning. The 2 leading teams after the first leg.
Yeah, we saw Holly Orr at the first control with some problems. And here's the Russian team. Here is Holly Orr coming from a strange direction, 3 minutes behind.
This should be Finland's second team, Saila Kinni.
Yes, indeed, 3 minutes and 11 seconds behind.
Some more GPS tracking.
We see that Sweden is running around to the left on the...
Big mistake for Finland, one on this third control.
We see that Sweden is running up to the hill there.
We know from the first leg that it wasn't too bad to go rather straight, like maybe Norway too and Switzerland's doing. But of course we have to wait until the runners approach control number 6, where we will see them again in the picture. So Finland won. Marika Teini did a big mistake into control number 3. Lost quite some time there, so the first Finnish team is behind. In the meantime, we are waiting how those route choices, those different route choices to control number 6 pay off. Sweden's now leaving the road.
And we also had the punch of Vendela or Chichkova, 3:49 behind Czech Republic first team. And now we also have the punch from Marika Taney, 4 minutes and 19 seconds behind in 11th spot. So after his mistake at the 4th control. And
where is Anna Backman though?
Yeah, we see her here on the top of the picture. She must have missed something in the beginning. And now back to some forest action, and we see it's still Emma Johansson punching first there, and let's see if she was able to increase the lead. She had 12 seconds at the first TV control, and we don't see Nicoline Ekeberg-Järve, or now we see someone, but it seems like a Swiss kid, Julia Gross. She was 34 seconds behind at the last control, now it's 22, so she was able to pick 12 seconds from the first to the second TV split. And here we see Nicoline Ekeberg-Järve also 37 seconds behind. So she lost 25 seconds. And Janitinen for the Finnish third team, 47 seconds behind. She was able to catch 1 second. So still a great run, great competition so far for the Finnish third team. And the next team we wait for is the mixed team with Amanda Falk-Weber from Denmark. She was 1 and 26 behind at the last TV control in 5th spot.
This is some GPS replay. You see that the first teams with GPS increased their lead to the other teams like Russia and Great Britain. So quite the gap already.
We can also tell you Anna Backman, Swedish second team, punched the first TV control 5 minutes 53 behind, and she was overtaken by the Swedish third team actually, Josefin Kärnlund, 4 minutes 57 seconds behind. So she lost a lot of time in the beginning of the course. Still no other punch at TV2. Still have the 4 teams, Sweden 1, Switzerland 1, Norway 2 and Finland 3. And as we know, we're waiting for the mixed team, among others Amanda Falk-Weber. And you can see there the control in the green, and here we see Hollior, 2 minutes and 50 behind. She was able to catch 10 seconds. You also see the mixed team and the Finnish second team, Saila Kinney, and the Russian team with Nikitina. And Nikitina, she lost 1 second, so she is going more or less as fast as Emma Johansson. So no bigger change there. Even Saila Kinney, exactly the same speed from the first to the second TV control. And here we have Lithuania, as we're back with some GPS. And we see that Great Britain, Hollior, is going straight to the 7th control, and Russia is running around as we saw Sweden doing.
On this picture we don't know where Sweden, Norway 2 and Switzerland 1 actually are because their GPS stopped. But we see some difference, as you said, in route choice here. Great Britain and Russia, but they have different controls. And this is Marika Teini for Switzerland, for Finland, 1.
Marika Teini, she was 4 minutes and 19 seconds behind at the first TV split, so she was able to catch 9 seconds and is now 4 minutes and 10 seconds behind. So we can maybe say, I think the route choice to the 6th control to go up is maybe not the fastest, because it seemed in the beginning of the course as if Emma Johansson has a very good speed, but there were many teams able to catch some seconds, or at least to hold the difference there.
But compared to those big mistakes, that's maybe not the decisive moment of the relay. We saw many teams making big mistakes in this beginning. Emma Johansson kept it together, so very deserved lead for the Swedish first team there. The big favorites today for the win.
And now we also have the Swedish third team at the TV control number 2. Josephine Kärnlund, 4 minutes and 53 seconds behind in 12th position. And also France first team, 4 minutes and 58 seconds behind in 13th position. But still no Anna Backman for the Swedish second team to that TV control.
Sweden's second team is approaching, control number 6, Anna Backman.
And she bounced right there, 5 minutes and 41 seconds behind, so she was able to catch 12 seconds from the first to the second TV split, but no positions. And now we are back with some pictures, and we see that we missed Emma Johansson there, 56 minutes and 10 seconds in the lead still. And in second spot, Julia Kroos, 41 seconds behind, so she lost 20 seconds. And here is the Norwegian second team, Nikoline Ekeberg-Skjerve, 57 seconds behind. So also she lost 20 seconds from the last TV split. And now next we're waiting for Mia Niitinen for the Finnish third team. She was 47 seconds behind.
The gaps are increasing further here.
Maybe this opens up for Holly Orr to catch some seconds on Finland third team. She was 2 minutes and 50 seconds behind.
Almost 2 minutes since Emma Johansson for Sweden passed this third TV control. And it seems to be very quiet out there.
But we see that the sun is coming.
Sun is coming out.
It was raining some minutes ago.
That's good news.
It was quite cold, but now it's getting sunny and warm. Good for us at least.
Still no runner in sight. So the first 3 teams, they opened up a quite big gap already in this, or on this second leg. After that, we think that Sweden is going to have the Russian team.
The Russian team coming, Katerina Nikitina. She was 2 minutes and 56 seconds behind, so she was running quite fast, almost as fast as Emma Johansson. She didn't lose a lot of time. And we also see Holly Orr. So this is a big group. We also see Amanda Falk-Weber and Mia Niitinen for the Finnish third team. 3 minutes and 8 seconds behind for Nikitina. 3:14 Holly Orr. So Holly Orr, she lost 20 seconds, as also the other Switzerland and Norway too did. And here is Amanda Falkweber for the mixed team, still going strong. And Saila Kinney, 3:27. So almost all the teams lost 20 seconds to Emma Johansson from the second to the third split.
Could be some difference in the forkings though. We don't know that. The Russian Katerina Nikitina, she did lose time, so it's possible that the Swedish first team and the
she
Russian
lost some time, but not that much. She lost 12 seconds. Katerina Nikitina, but not as much as the others did. So a very good run for Emma Johansson. She was running out 1.5 minutes behind to this. She started with 1.5 minutes behind, and now she's in the lead with 40 seconds. As we see the Lithuanian team, Sandra outside the punching here. 4 minutes 28 behind. And there are more teams to come.
Marika Teini.
Yes. She was 4 minutes and 10 seconds behind, so she lost 40 seconds here.
Punches in 10th control, in 10th position, sorry. This is
Josefin Kärnlund. She is actually doing a good job, a really good job here. She was 4 minutes 53 behind, and now it's 5 minutes 05, so she was able to catch one more place here. She could overtook the Czech team, Medela Orčičková. We're seeing in the picture here. And we also see Isia Bassia for France.
Punching in 13th position. Here we see the replay of the GPS.
Some parts of it at least.
Parts of it. Switzerland having no problem heading into control H of this forking. No mistake either for Great Britain or Russia. We follow the Swiss team. They're going to head to control K up the steep slope, and this is not the most tricky part of the course, that's for sure.
We can tell you that Emma Johansson has punched this 12th control. We have no split yet from Julia Kroos, but Emma Johansson still in the lead there. And now the punch is coming. It's 18 seconds, so from 41 seconds it decreased to 18 seconds. So it can be the forking, we don't know, but the gap is getting less and less seconds there. And we also see the Norwegian second team close to the control.
On the third leg, Switzerland is going to have Sabine Hauswirth there. She placed second yesterday in the middle distance. So, and she likes those kind of very physical terrains with a lot of climbing. So it could be some excitement on the third leg.
And I take a look out in the warming up area and I see Tove Alexandersson standing there. So she will definitely run for the Swedish team.
So no Helena Bergman in the team today. Tove Alexandersson didn't have a perfect day yesterday, struggled a bit with her orienteering, doing several mistakes, and she came 5th in the competition, probably not what she was hoping for.
And now we're back with the GPS from Emma Johansson, and we see that she's going straight up there, and a new TV picture with a lot of green vegetation there, and one control in the middle. So we're waiting for Emma Johansson.
She did a great leg so far. Overtaking all the teams in the very beginning already, and now running in the lead ever since. I think there is some movement.
We see her there coming, fighting through the green vegetation down to the control.
But she stopped. She's not sure.
Doesn't see the control yet. And we can also tell you that Nicoline Ekeberg-Kjærve lost time to this radio control, the control we saw on the GPS before. She was 2 minutes and 48 behind. So she lost 2 minutes there. And so we get the punch from Emma Johansson. And also you see Julia Gross continuing to do a good job here. She was 18 seconds behind at the radio, and it's still 18 seconds it seems. Yes indeed. So Sweden and Switzerland and different route choices. And then we will see on the last leg Tove Alexandersson against Sabine Hauswirth. Interesting.
What an interesting battle it will be. You know that Tove Alexandersson normally on a normal days she's very hard to beat, but you never know. And like we saw yesterday when she had some problems, so she is not perfect, and Sabine Hauswirth on a good day, I think she has a chance, Sabine Hauswirth.
We see some hesitation there for Emma Johansson, and we see also the mistake of Norwegian 2 Nicoline Ekeberg-Kjærve. She lost 2 minutes there, and so we're waiting for her to come next to the 13th control. And we see also the different route choices from the Swedish team and the Swiss team.
Not quite sure why Emma Johansson didn't run to this other part there. This seems to be more direct. So, but we will see who's going to come out of the forest first and up this steep ski slope here. This is Tove Alexandersson coming up, waiting for her teammate, and there they come. Maybe Sweden lost some seconds there on the route choice.
We can also tell you that still no other punch as we see on the GPS at the 13th control. It's a big gap for Sweden and Switzerland. And we see that Switzerland was able to overtake the Swedish team and maybe change first. We'll see. It's a tough climbing left for the girls there, for Julia Gross and Emma Johansson.
There they come. No. Some organizer waiting for them with the camera, I think. So he's getting nervous, and here is Julia Gross.
Indeed, we have Julia Gross coming to the last control in this very steep uphill, and we're waiting for Emma Johansson. There she is. It's only a few meters, so it will be a very tight battle on this last leg. But we have Switzerland in the lead. Julia Gross after the first leg of Elena Roos, and Emma Johansson just behind. Fighting up this last hill here. And we also had the punch of Nicoline Ekeberg-Kjærve at the TV3, 2 minutes 59 seconds behind. But now the change from Switzerland. Soon she's on the top of the hill, and then it's just some meters left to change over to Sabine Hauswirth. quite a clean run of Julia Kroos all the way, and now she is changing as the first woman here. Crossing the finish line right there and handing over to Sabine Hauswirth. Let's see how big the gap is. It was 11 seconds at the last control. And it's a bit more now in the finish. It's 14 seconds and we see Tove Alexandersson heading out with a very good speed here. And back on the GPS we see that Norway 2 still in third spot, but behind we have Russia, Ekaterina Nikitina, 3 minutes 24 behind the leading team. Sweden at that point, and then we also had Saila Kinney, 3:47 behind, Mia Niitinen, 3:51 behind, and Holly Orr, 3:57 behind, and we see a very exhausted Emma Johansson.
Emma Johansson, she did a great leg until this very last route choice where she ran to the left and Julia Kroos could overtake her with a more direct route choice and with similar track running. So very nice leg for Switzerland and Julia Kroos, sending out Sabine Hauswirth in the top position, but very difficult task now for Hauswirth. She's been chased by Tove Alexandersson.
And for the Norwegian second team, we will have Lone Karin Brookman heading out. I think we think in a third position, and we see her coming here, Nicoline Ekeberg-Skjerve. Still, the Norwegian second team is doing a really good job.
Great relay so far.
Here you see how tough it is. I think she's happy. She will be happy when she crosses the finish line. And for Russia, we will see Irina Nyberg. Who will run the third leg. There we have the Russian team. Ekaterina Nikitina. So the gap was 3 minutes and 5 seconds at this last control. And here we see the women climbing up the hill. Holly Orr, Finnish team I saw as well, Finnish 13. We see Nicoline handing over to Lone Brookman. And now we also see the Russian team coming here. Ekaterina Nikitina. She was 3:28 behind at the last control. So she lost some more seconds, but not that many. And now here we see the two Finnish teams, Saila Kinney, and also we see Holly Orr for Great Britain, who did a big mistake in the beginning, but then managed to come back and do quite a good race from that point. Those teams were around 4 minutes behind at the last control, so also here the gap increased a little bit. And for Great Britain we will see Charlotte Watson.
Both Finland 2 and Finland 3 are ahead of their first team. We see here Marika Teini in the picture
with the Josefin Kärnlund for the third Swedish team.
Fighting for 8th place after this second leg.
And Josefin Kärnlund, she did a really good run here. She was at the first TV She was running out with let's say 4 minutes, a bit less behind the Swiss team, and now it's around 5 minutes. So she did a good job there for the Swedish third team, heading out to Caroline Olsson.
And she never loses a sprint finish, as you can see here, as she proves against Marika Teini. She is going to send out Venla Harju onto this third and last leg in this relay.
And that's the standing at the after 2 legs in the women's relay. We have in the lead Switzerland, 14 seconds ahead of the Swedish first team, and 3 minutes down to Norway second team. That's a big gap.
That's for sure hard to catch for this for the Norwegians, because we know that Switzerland and Sweden, they have 2 of the very best runners out in the forest now. So we see the GPS tracking,
and we see both the Swedish and the Swiss team didn't really get this small path there. Now they're back on it, or not.
Alexandersson seems to have
a control maybe, but we don't know.
And hard to tell, she's heading to control number C to Alexandersson, but we don't know where Sabine Hauswirth is because her GPS stopped. But you can for sure see that the gap down to the chasing teams between Sweden and maybe also Switzerland is rather big, so it would be a surprise if some other team than Switzerland or Sweden can win this relay, and Switzerland with a slight advantage over Sweden.
Might be still those 14 seconds they had from the start, and now we saw that they had different forkings. Switzerland had A and Sweden had C, and now they're Switzerland heading to the E control and Sweden to D. And let's see if they take the same route choice, if both will run straight ahead. It seems that Tue is running around.
And we saw earlier on that some teams made mistakes into control number E, like the Finnish first team, Marika Teini, lost a lot of time there, so that's probably, of those 3 controls, it's probably the most difficult one.
I think we also saw that it was more important to have a good way out of the control than the route choice actually to the control.
Yes, we saw Emma Johansson losing some time when she tried to avoid the green after control number 3 to control number 4.
I think we also saw that Elina Roos lost some time there, running up quite straight.
But Sabine Hauswirth, it seems that she has good control in this first part of the leg. Seems that she still has a small advantage over Sweden, but Tove Alexandersson is now running on the track. And maybe the forking D is a little bit shorter. Yeah, the hesitation, she was too much to the left there and had to correct her direction into the control, so that explains why she lost some time there, and clearly she cannot see Sabine Hauswirth now.
You also see the group behind with Great Britain, Russia and the Norwegian second team all together, and a small gap down to the Finnish second team.
Could be a really exciting fight for the third place today. We are not expecting them to catch the leading teams, but a lot of teams together fighting for the third place.
Everything can happen, as we know, since the relay in France 2011. And now maybe Tuve can see Sabine in this more open area.
Sabine is heading to the right. We know that if executed well, this is a slightly better route choice than running left on the path and up to these buildings. So let's see what Tuve is going to do. If she follows Sabine or takes her own route choice the other way around the fence. No, she's heading after the Swiss runner.
And back in the group behind, we see Finland 3 punching the D control in a very good way, and seems to have a gap down to Russia, Great Britain, the Norwegian second team, and we see that Russia has to go to the E control. Great Britain has the D control. Charlotte Watson there for the British team. And now back in the picture, and we're waiting for the Finnish team, the youngster in the Finnish team, punching there. And I think she opened the race really good. It was around 3 minutes behind, and she started with 4 minutes. She started 4 minutes and 9 seconds behind, and now it's only 2 minutes and 57. So she was able to pick more than a minute here.
That's a flying start for the junior world champion from last year in Switzerland, where she won the long distance. We also saw yesterday that she had a really good speed in the beginning, but then made some mistakes towards the end of the middle distance. So we hope that she can keep it together this time. And she opened up quite a big gap down to the other teams. More than a minute now since she passed this fourth control.
And she could really run away. We see that there are some struggles for the group behind, and she opened a real big gap there down to these following teams. It's more than a minute, as we see the Swedish third team, Caroline Olsson, coming here, and also Venla Harju. But that means that also Caroline Olsson was able to do a clean race in the beginning. Caroline Olsson, she started 5 minutes behind, and also Marika Teini. So also Olsson and Harju were almost a minute faster than Sabina Hauswirth. So we have Sari Antonen coming here. And this is Sabina Hauswirth at the TV number 2. And let's see, the gap was 39 seconds at the first TV split. And still we don't see Tuve coming. 39 seconds it was. And there I think I see her coming. So she picked some seconds. But she definitely can't see Sabina Hauswirth at the moment. Tuve Alexandersson, 34 seconds behind.
And neither of them, I think neither of them knows who is in the lead, or if they are in the lead.
Yeah, maybe she saw her at the fifth control running out. She took a closer look there, or no, more or less.
Yeah, it's possible. We see that They took probably similar route choices into control number 6. No big time differences.
And we see behind the Great Britain team with a lot of problems there, and also Norway's second team. Big problems there for Charlotte Watson for Great Britain. And we had the punch from Sari Antonen there, finished second team, 4 minutes 44 behind, and also Russia 5 minutes 28 behind. And we see that Tuve is going straight ahead there. It will be interesting to see if Sabine was running around or not. And we also see that Anna Hataja is still doing a great job and running straight ahead there to the 6th control. So we also have the punch of Charlotte Watson, 6 minutes 22 behind, so she lost a lot of time there. And here we have Anna Hataja coming for the finish 3rd team, punching 2 minutes 38 behind, and that means that she was able to catch 20 seconds more now. She's really flying at the moment, Anna Hataja.
She's clearly the fastest out in the field so far on this 3rd leg. Nice to see the Finns performing really well, all the teams actually. They are, I think the first 3 teams have been passing in the first 6 positions there at the first TV control, so that's some very good relay running from the Finns today.
And here we see some teams see that the Swedish team, Lisa Risby, punched there 8 minutes and 10 seconds behind, and we also had Sandra Grosberga from the Latvian first team, 8 minutes and 23 seconds behind. The team that did so well in the World Championships. And in 12th spot we had Chloe Habekorn for the French team, 8 minutes and 57 seconds behind. And back to some GPS. Oh, back to the forest. And this is Caroline Olsson in 4th position, 4 minutes and 15 seconds behind. So she was running almost exactly as fast as Sabine Hauswirth, losing 1 second from the first to the second split. And this is Venla Harjo in 5th position. She lost half a minute there.
Now GPS tracking, we see that Anna Hataja is running perfectly into control number 6. And she's heading out to control number 7 on a fairly direct route choice. It seems that the green is not too bad today, so it's possible to fight through it. But now we are waiting.
Now we're waiting, and we see Sabine Hauswirth coming, still in the lead, and we still don't see Tuve Alexandersson. The gap was 34 seconds at the second TV control, and she's punching there. Sabine with a clean race so far, even if she lost some time to Anna Hataja, we know. And now I think we see Tuve coming. The gap was 34 seconds. It might be around the same still. She lost some more seconds, but approximately the same speed there for Tove Alexandersson, and this will open up for a very exciting end of this relay.
This is not over yet, that's for sure. And interesting that we had a similar situation at the Venla relay earlier this year, where Sabine Hauswirth was able to hold off Tove Alexandersson on the last leg. I think the gap was a little bit bigger there, but still the Swiss knows the feeling of being chased by Tove Alexandersson. So it's only this last loop to go with quite small time difference between Sweden and Switzerland. So is Tove Alexandersson able to catch up with the Swiss? It would be a nice finish to watch, to fight them up the hill. Not sure who has the better legs. What is your tip?
I don't know. I don't really know how they're up. I know that Sabine's uphill skills are good, but I have no idea about Tuve's. I know she's really good physically in general, but how it is with an uphill sprint, I don't know. You don't see that often.
No, you don't.
So
but maybe today. Yeah, we're hoping for that, that's for sure. Unfortunately, the GPS for Hauswirth has stopped again.
It will be also interesting to see if Anna Hataja can keep on picking time, and I think we saw her there. She was 2 minutes 38 seconds behind at the second TV split, and I think she continues to run really good.
A great race from the young Finn today.
Exactly. Now she picked one more second there. So clearly the fastest runner so far, Anna Hataja. And it looks very good for the third team from Finland.
Some interesting route choice from the Russian team. Heading
it's not
to the left.
A good sign if you have an interesting route choice going on.
Yeah, but I think it's not too bad. She can now drop down. She probably sees the open area to the left.
But it feels that she had to run in the green area for quite a long time.
Yeah, that's true. And we see Tove Alexandersson's GPS is moving again.
And we also see that there's no forking to the 11th control on the last leg. So all of them will have to stone up there.
And after that, I think it's only the 12th control. Maybe a little bit trickier in the slope where it's quite dense forest. There shouldn't be any problems into control number 13, 14 and 15.
But we saw that Emma Johansson was taking a slightly slower route choice to the 14th control, so there's still possibilities to do some mistakes.
Yeah, and even into control number 13 there could be some time differences if you're not executing your route choice really well. I think there is no time or no big time differences if you're running fairly straight or more to the left, but we saw that Elena Rose on the first leg for the Swiss first team was running too much to the right and lost some time there. So there are plenty of places where we could have some changes in the lead, but
and
here
now we have Caroline Olsson coming to the third TV split in 4th position, 4:47 behind, and that means she lost half a minute from the second TV control to this control here. There in the back we might see,
should be Venla Harju.
Venla Harju, yes indeed, and also we see Sari Antonen, the first and second team for Finland. And also they lost around half a minute to Sabine Hauswirth from the second to the third TV split. But now we have Finland on third, on fifth and on sixth position in this competition. So very good team performance by the Finnish teams. And now we will see if Sabine Hauswirth is still in the lead.
It seems to be, yeah. We see her on the GPS. Maybe approximately this half minute she had maybe already.
A bit more, even.
It's hard to tell. Into control number 12. No problems there. So only 3 more controls to go for the Swiss, trying to hold off the big star of orienteering.
I can tell you that we have the punch from Sabine at the radio there, but not the punch of Tuve yet.
She seems to be there any second, so we are waiting for the gap. There she should punch any second.
Still, we don't have it in our system, but it is now. We have it 47 seconds. So there was she lost 11 seconds from the third TV split to this radio control. So now it's 47 seconds, almost. Yeah, it's quite a big gap now.
It starts to look better and better for Switzerland, that's for sure. And we see also Anna Hataya continuing running really well. Seems that she's catching some seconds all the time.
Here we have Irina Nyberg for the Russian team in 7th spot, 7 minutes 21 seconds behind. And also Charlotte Watson for the Great Britain team in 8th position.
After some problems to the third control we saw earlier in the GPS, and we also see that Tove Alexandersson and Sabine Hauswirth are running approximately the same route choice. Sabine is a little bit off to the right on the ridge.
What is
Not
she
sure
doing
where
there?
she is.
What is she doing there? This
Probably
looks like a small mistake, or maybe getting a bigger mistake.
Maybe a parallel mistake, that she mistakes the houses on the ridge, and this could be the decisive moment of this relay.
Didn't you say the 12th control was the last one?
Yeah, but you said that it's never over until the... Oh, but
and now they see each other, I'm quite sure about that.
And Tuve's in the lead, I think.
They're at least together if they understand the situation now. I think Sabine has control over the situation, but this is very exciting. This opens up for a very exciting end of this relay, and now I'm sure that Sabine has control, but has two-way control as well. They are. Here they are. We see them both together in the picture, and still Switzerland in the lead, but it's not much anymore. It's some seconds, and we have Sabine's punch there, and also we're punching there, 6 seconds behind, and this will be very exciting. The last climb, it must be terrible.
That's what we have been hoping for. Now we see Tove Alexandersson and Sabine Hauswirth sprinting for the win. see again the mistake of Hauswirt.
I think she mistakes the houses up there.
Yeah, yeah, that's the because she was running, it seems from the GPS that she's running into a forbidden area there.
I don't know how accurate the GPS is there, and but what we can say for sure is that Anahata is continuing running really good. She's 2 minutes 19 seconds behind at the radio at the 12th control, and gap down to Tove Alexandersson, and looks still good for Switzerland. Now they are coming up on the very top here of the hill, and it's only a few meters left. And we see that Tove is pushing really hard behind Sabina. This will be very exciting. Now we see them coming. We see them coming, and Sabina is still in the lead. Tove is really strong back. But it's only some meters left for Sabina. And I think she will make it. This is the victory for Switzerland. Only 1 second ahead of Sweden. This was very exciting, Jonas. What a relay. I almost thought Sabine lost it there to the 13th control, but she managed to keep it together. Correct her mistake, and what a nice uphill finish here. I'm hoping we have a same situation for the men. That would be really exciting. I think it was very decisive that she seemed to understand the situation some seconds before Tove understood it.
I think Tove did some small hesitation there as well, so
she might be benefit. A bit irritated by Sabine coming from some strange direction there, and then she had this advantage of some meter, and now we see Anahata on her last meters, and this is a really good performance by the young Finnish runner here.
She's a great promise for the future, that's for sure. And the whole Finnish third team, what a performance. We have to talk about them a little bit.
Yeah, we have, but I think Anahata was starting 4 minutes and 9 seconds behind Switzerland, and now it's less than 2 minutes. That's a great performance.
That was absolutely stunning. She has clearly the best time of all the last leg runners. And know that on the last leg you usually have the best runners. She did catch a lot of time compared to Sabine Hauswirt and also Tove Alexandersson, so that's an incredible performance of the 21-year-old Finn.
And we have Kirsi Nurmi, Mia Niitinen and Anna Hataja in this Finnish team. Getting a really good third place and a very well-deserved third place behind the Swiss team. And Elina Roos, Julia Gross and Sabine Ausert, who won this relay just ahead of the Swedish team, where we had Emma Johansson running the second leg, and we had Sara Hagström on the first leg. Some changes in this team, we don't know why yet. And then Tove Alexandersson on the third leg, and now we're waiting for the fourth team, and we expect it to be the Swedish third team with Caroline Olsson. Also the Swedish third team did a great job. It seems to be the day of the third teams.
Yeah, behind Switzerland and Sweden's first team, that's for sure.